Hello there and welcome back to OB Learning Hub. In today's tutorials, we learn all about tables in Microsoft Excel. Excel in itself is in the form of tables. So why do I need to learn tables in tables? Well, these tutorials will answer most if not all your questions about tables in Microsoft Excel. So kindly stick with me to the end. Let's delve right into the action to see what tables has to offer in Microsoft Excel. Like I said earlier, Excel presents itself in the form of tables, so why the need to learn tables in Excel? So here in this Excel worksheet, we have a data which has been presented in a table form and also one which has not been presented in a table form. You can clearly see the difference between these two for now. Also, you can create borders to make it look like this, but then again, some features wouldn't be in the case it was in a table. So how do we create a table from scratch? First, let's clear all this. I'll move here to clear everything. I'll clear all. Then let me copy all this data, Control C, and paste it here, Control V. So the first way to create a table is to select any point in your data set, then move to the Insert tab here. Under the Tables group, you can find Table here. You click on it. Then this tab will appear for you, where here it clearly checks or notes that your table has headers. In the case that your table has no headers, you can uncheck this to let Excel know your table doesn't have headers, so there's a need to create one. But since our table already have headers, then we check it, click on OK. And as soon as the tables are created, if you have to move to your menu tabs here, a new tab has been created, the table design. Here you can make changes to your table if you want. I want to get rid of the filter. You can use the filter button here. You can check or uncheck it to get rid of the filter. And if you don't like how your table appears, in the case that the format is blue, then white, and blue, you can get rid of the banded rows here. So you can check or uncheck it to get rid of the banded rows. So I will check it. I want it that way. And also here, you can rename your table to, let's see, list. You can rename it to list and click on OK for easier referencing. So now you've renamed your table also. And here you can change your table styles here also. In the case you want to change your table styles, you can select any of your choice here. You can move around it to see some or to preview some of how the table forms will be like. I would like for my tables to appear in this form, so I'll simply select it. And in case you are dealing with a large data set and you would like to at least get rid of some duplicates, you can also remove some duplicates in your tables. In the case you click on OK, if you clearly see there are no duplicates in my tables, so I'll simply click on OK. But how about if I'm to type accuracy here, then let's say 33, and let me add the number 7. So there's one advantage of the tables. As you type in the data, a new row will be added for you in the table form. So now let's get back. Let's go to the table design. Let's go to the remove duplicates now. So here, let me say I want to go through the names and see if there are duplicates. So I will uncheck the serial numbers and the age, and let me click on OK. So now it says one duplicate found and removed, 6 unique values. So this is one advantage of the tables. You can remove all duplicates in your data at a go. And also this feature appears here. You can drag it to create another or to create many rows in your table also. And note, in the case that you have to add a new row here, let's say I want to know the score of these students, so or the score of these people. If you have to hit enter, a new column is created for you in your tables. But then I ask, is that all the table has to offer, or is this all the advantages of the table? Of course not. So if you clearly remember, we named our table. So if you have to come here and type in the equal to and bring in the list as how we saved our table and type in the tab key. So now you see our table appears as how you are entering or you are typing a formula. So if you have to hit enter, then the data in our table appears. But how about if you want just a single column in your table and not the entire table? How then do we generate that? Let's get rid of this and type in the equal to, and now let's introduce the list. So here, let's say we want only the names in our data. All we need to do is to bring in the square bracket. So now you can see that all what your data or all what your table is made up of appears here. So we have the names. I want to select the names. Let me hit the tab key. Then let me close the square bracket now. So you can see your tables have been highlighted. Let's press enter. Then now only the names in your table will be generated for you. So this is how you can use your tables in Excel. Let's move to this second data here also. And here we have some items, the unit cost, the purchase, and the total cost. Here we want to do some calculations. So here, let me quickly enter some data here for us to do some calculations using tables. So now we have the number we purchased for all these items here. And now we want to find the total cost. Let's create this in a table form. Okay, let's do that. Let me get rid and change this color. So now one advantage of the table is in the case that we are to introduce any formula here. So let's say I want to multiply, I want to know the total cost or the total amount I spent. So let me multiply the total cost with the unit purchased and hit enter. You can clearly see that the formula applies to the remaining data. So this is one advantage of the tables in Excel. Assuming that we have to copy this data, Control C, and let's paste it here. So we'll paste only the values. So let's paste it here and do the same calculations here, equal to this times this, and press enter. You can clearly see here we need to drag it down before the same formula applies. But in the table, it's not like that. Assuming that I'm to add a new data of, let's say, I bought a school bag. So let me type in the school bag. I bought a school bag, okay? And the number or the unit cost of the school bag was, let's say, $120. Then I purchased, let's say, 10, and I press enter. You can clearly see the calculation is done for me. 19 rather. Let me change it to 10. Hit enter. So you can see the calculation is done for me. And so if you are dealing with a large data set and you can simply be applying formulas and be dragging them down, then why not put them in tables? Then execute all your formulas by just introducing it in just one cell also. And note, if you have to create a new column and apply the formula, it simply paste it up from there. Another advantage of creating tables in Excel is in the case that you want to create a list for this few data you have here, so that you create another lookup or an XLOOKUP function to be searching for their age and their score individually. In Excel or in tables, as soon as a new data is added, then it picks up here. Let me show you what I mean. So here, let me create a list. So Alt-DL, then don't worry, we'll be learning all about this in my upcoming video, so look forward to it. So my source is, let me hit on this. So this is my source here. So I'll hit the enter and I'll click on OK. So here, if you have to click on this drop down button which has been created, you can clearly see the list of names over here also. So in the case that, let's say, a new name was added, so let me add a Mappy. Let me add a Mappy to this list, and also let me add Zlatan to this list. Even though he has retired, let me add him to this list. And now let's move to the list we created. You can clearly see that Mappy and Zlatan has been added to this. But how about here where we don't create any tables for it? So here, let me also create the same list also. So let me create the list, click on it. My source, let me select my source, hit enter and click on OK. So now here also a new list has been created. How about if I'm to add Mappy and Zlatan to the list? Then what happens to my drop down list? You can see that Mappy and Zlatan weren't added to this. This is another advantage of creating tables. I hope this video has created a spark in you to learn more about tables in Microsoft Excel. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and share to support this channel. And in my next video, we'll learn a little bit about charts in Microsoft Excel, so kindly look forward to it. Thank you so much for your time, and until next time, see you again.